everyone, 여러분 안녕하세요. I'm 서미소랑 from FunPik, where we give you all the essential skills needed to reach your target TOPIK level. Now in Topic 1, questions 34 to 39 are of a very similar format. It's about choosing the correct word to fill in the blank. And of the 6 questions, 1 will always be about a noun, 1 or 2 about adjectives, 1 about postposition, 1 about an adverb, and another 1 or 2 on verbs. Today we'll look at the one asking about a postposition. Okay, so this is how it will appear in the test. You have the instruction, an example question and example answer, questions 34 all the way through to 39. Each question is worth 2 or 3 points. For each question, there are 2 sentences, one with a blank, one without. You have to choose the option that best fits into this blank and completes the sentence. Now, as I mentioned before, for one of the 6 questions from 34 to 39, 1 will always be a postposition. And in this particular test, it is question 38, but it can appear anywhere from question number 34 to 39. All right, let's zoom in on this part, the instruction and example question and answer. Let's break it down since it is FunPik. We want you to really understand the question itself. For question 34 to 39, 보기와 같이, like the example, this is the example, 괄호에 들어갈, to go in this blank, 가장 알맞은 것, the most appropriate one, 고르십시오, choose. In other words, choose the most appropriate word to fill in the blank using the example as reference. Now this reference question asks about a noun, so we won't look at that particular one. We will go straight to a question that is about postpositions. This one is from the recent 64th topic. This is our step-by-step recommendation. First, read the sentence without the blank, this one. Then read the sentence with the blank, choose an option, put it into the blank, and see if it sounds okay. All right, let's first read the sentence without the blank. 오늘은 수미의 생일입니다. Today is Sumi's birthday. Now read the sentence with the blank, paying particular special attention to the words before and after the blank, before and after, and the noun in front of the blank. 저는 수미 blank 선물을 했습니다. Past tense, gave a present. 오늘은 수미의 생일입니다. 저는 수미 something 선물을 했습니다. The noun is 수미. What role will Sumi play in the sentence? Well, if it's Sumi's birthday, she is very likely to be the one receiving the present, right? So keep that in mind and let's go through the options. 도, as well. 수미도 선물을 했습니다. Unlikely. 수미를 선물했습니다. 수미 as the object. 수미에서 선물을 했습니다. From Sumi, very unlikely. 수미에게, to Sumi. So this is the most appropriate postposition. 수미에게. Let's put it into the blank, see if it sounds alright. 저는 수미에게 선물을 했습니다. Sounds pretty good, right? So that is the correct answer, number 4. Alright, time for some 꿀tip from FunPik. The best way to prepare for this question type is to study a list of postpositional particles that have most frequently appeared in past topics. For example, these, 뭐뭐도, 뭐뭐에, as well. For example, 제 친구도, my friend as well. 9시에, at 9 o'clock. 식당에, at a restaurant, and so on. Now, if you are having difficulty with postpositions, instead of just rote memorizing 도 as well, at, and so on, try to look at example questions or example sentences so that you become really familiar with the role that the noun and postposition pair play in the sentence. Okay? So let's continue on. 뭐뭐에게 to, 언니에게 to my older sister. 어디에서 at some place. 뭐뭐를, 뭐뭐을. So this is a postposition that makes the noun in front of it the direct object of the transitive verb. So what are you 먹어? 빵을 먹어. What are you 봤습니다. What did you watch? 영화를 봤습니다. You watched a film and so on. And 가. So this is the postposition that indicates that the noun in front of it is the subject of the sentence, the thing that does the action. So for example, 친구가 옵니다. So 친구 is the one that's doing the action, 옵니다. It's the friend that is coming, not the house. Makes sense, right? All right, now I've just shown you 6 particles with their corresponding example sentences. But in our textbook, we have many, many more, a total of 18 adverbs and 27 example sentences, like the white ones here. So be sure to pick up a copy and go through the list. All right, guys, let's solve 2 more questions. Sentence without the blank first. 이 사람은 회사원입니다. This person is 회사원, an office worker or a company worker. Now read the sentence with the blank, paying special attention to the words before and after and the noun especially. 학생, student, 아닙니다, is not. What role should the noun 학생, student, play in the sentence? 학생, 아닙니다. It's likely to be the subject, right? So what postposition are we looking for here? 이. This might be the one, right? 학생이 아닙니다. Let's continue though. 학생의, of the student? Doesn't make sense. 학생을, 학생 as the object? Doesn't make sense. And I mean object not as an inanimate object, but object of the sentence. And finally, 학생과, with the student. That doesn't make sense either. So it will be 회사원, 학생이 아닙니다. This one is the correct answer. Let's put it into the blank, see if it sounds okay. 학생이 아닙니다. Sounds pretty good. So that is the correct answer. Let's do another one. This one is from the 52nd topic. Sentence without the blank first. 저는 마이클입니다. I am Michael. Sentence with a blank. 미국 blank 왔습니다. The noun. 미국, US. What role will that noun play in the sentence? This sounds like a self-introduction, doesn't it? My name is Michael and I'm probably talking about where he's from. Let's go through the options. 이, 미국이 왔습니다. The US came? Doesn't make sense. 미국에 왔습니다. This one, of the US? Doesn't make sense either. 미국에서 왔습니다. From the US. This makes sense. 미국하고 왔습니다. I came with the US. Doesn't make sense. So after reading through the 2 sentences, this one is the right answer. 미국에서 왔습니다. All right. Okay, let's check if it sounds okay. 미국에서 왔습니다. It does, so that is the correct answer. All right, guys, let's wrap up. Review time. You can take a screenshot of this. Question type number 4 is about choosing the correct postposition to fill in the blank. Tips. Identify the noun in front of the blank and ask yourself, what role will this noun play in the sentence? And some commonly used postpositions, you must become very familiar with them because we have a list in our FunPik book. And remember, guys, you can solve many more questions on the FunPik app and the textbook as well. All right, let's see if you've really understood this question type. I'll leave you with a question to solve by yourself. Please take a look at it and leave your answer in the comments down below. All right, guys, that is a wrap. I'll see you next time. 다음 수업에 만나요. Bye-bye.